as if reboots were not bad enough. Now we got TV shows that last over 10 years. This needs to be talked about more, and for as long as TV shows have existed, there have been good and bad shows. But this is related to shows that have overstayed their welcome. Shows that have gone on way too long, and shows that have even surpassed 10 years or more. And honestly, this needs to be corrected and fixed. One thing that I noticed from these shows, either reality shows or even bad cartoons, is that they really get dull and boring after a while. They use storylines, and the storylines that they use get dragged on for quite a while. And some of them just don't even make sense to be in the show to begin with. And even at times have moments where they were not really memorable or actually very interesting at all. Now, on the rare occurrence that I watch TV, which is not really often at all, I start to see kind of a pattern with these. They start to become really repetitive. And what I mean by repetitive is that they use jokes that kind of lose their spark and really get repetitive after a while. And this is like common with reality shows. Reality shows tend to use some of the same jokes, and it just gets boring after a while as well. And they do kind of the same thing each episode, and I kind of seen this with the Kardashians. I seen a lot of videos on the Kardashians, and like it starts to get scripted and boring, and it's just really really like repetitive, really. And so that's kind of something that that needs to change. And characters, they change personalities, and the showrunners really love to change the characters' personalities, like change them completely to the point where like they're not even the same person from like the last season. So it's just really just unnecessary to do that. And that's kind of my point that I'm trying to make here. And it doesn't seem that something is going to improve if this keeps going on. One other thing that is pretty common with like live action shows and cartoons, it feels like the writers have lost touch on what the shows are that they work on. Like with Flash, Eric Wallace is the showrunner for the show, and what's become apparent is that he has like lost sight of what the Flash is, what it used to be. Like, from seasons 1 to 3, they were really good. But when he came onto the table, it just became like a drama almost. And, he forgot what the Flash used to be. And my points that I really want to bring up are that they make changes that are really unnecessary. And plus, they run out of many ideas that that don't seem to work anymore. And of course, they lose creative spark. And another thing that I forgot to mention was the consistency. That goes for Flash, and that goes for Steven Universe. Steven Universe was a show that suffered way too much on inconsistency. The story didn't even make sense at all. To be honest, I feel like the show didn't even make sense at some points. So that's what's really wrong with any show that goes on long. Like the shows can get really inconsistent and can really like lose the creative spark that it really once had. So it's kind of just sad to see it this way. I believe that many of the shows have just not been the same, given the 3 points I have just described. And to be honest, I really think the future of TV is really looking really bleak. And probably is gonna be forgotten. For all I know, in maybe 10 years' time, it's gonna be really forgotten. And people will just switch to, streaming services at this point. So, who knows? Hey, before you click off this video, make sure to check out the content that is going on Mario 2000, as I have lots of stuff that you don't want to miss pertaining to gaming. Please check out the streaming services video for content pertaining to TV. More content will be coming soon to this channel. Thank you for watching and have a good day.